Hi, everybody. My name is Alexandria Merritt, and I'm super excited that you're here. If you're here, you probably have heard me talk about one of my boot camps and saying that you should definitely join me. So I am just here to come to you and kind of introduce myself, who I am. Some of you guys have no idea who I am. Maybe you saw me on my social media and you just want to know a little bit more. So I'm excited to talk to you guys and just give you that information. But first, I want to introduce myself to you so that you kind of feel comfortable and know where I'm coming from, and know why I'm passionate about helping other people and coaching. Okay, so number one, I am a pharmacist by trade. I received my doctorate of pharmacy from Hampton University going on 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago to the day. I am a fiance. I'm getting married in October. I am passionate about health and fitness. I grew up playing basketball and softball. Those were my main sports growing up. I literally played them from like t-ball all the way through high school. College was my first time kind of like, okay, what am I doing? Because I'm not doing sports. So that was my first time not having that constant like push for fitness. And with that, of course, came challenges. I kind of had to find my niche and find ways, other outlets to work out. I wasn't a gym person because I was a gym person, an actual gym person. So going into gyms with weights and benching and all this stuff like intimidated me. The most I had done at a gym was like run on a treadmill. That's what I knew how to do. That's what I was comfortable doing. I wasn't really much of a weight trainer or anything like that. So going to college, that was my only choice. So I kind of got into kind of going to the gym just enough to maintain and keep my stomach flat and wear my belly shirts, but nothing serious. So after I graduated pharmacy school was really, for me, when I found out that the real world and having a job and all these other responsibilities, it was really hard to find time for myself and find time for my health and find time for my fitness. And I didn't really know how to eat healthy because I hadn't, up to that point, I ate what I wanted to eat when I wanted to eat it. And so about 6 months after I graduated, that was kind of when I made the choice to dive into coaching. And where I was at, to take you guys back, after I graduated and I passed all of my boards in order to become a pharmacist, I had a retail job right after that I started, and I worked there for 6 months. During that 6 months, I gained 20 pounds. I was not taking care of myself at all. If a gym saw me, it was like for a quick jog. I didn't enjoy going to the gym anyways. Like, it wasn't really my thing. In my mind, I wanted to be that person that like went to the gym on a daily basis, crushed their workout out and like left. But at the same time, I was like, I don't even like going to the gym. Like, I don't even like using the machines. It's so boring. It's so mundane. I do the same thing every single time I go. I ain't paying for no trainer. Like, it was just like a love-hate relationship, I guess you can say, because I liked the results that I knew I could get, but like I was not going to get those results. So yeah, I gained weight during that time. I was eating out all the time. I finally had some change in my pocket from being a broke college student, even though I still kind of felt broke because I was swimming in so much debt that I had to like put myself on this tight budget as if I was a broke college student. But I was eating, you guys. So yeah, I gained like 20 pounds in the span of that 6 months. And then I finally found another job that would take me, and I would be working at a hospital, which would be a different type of scenery. And so I was super excited to move, super excited for new beginnings. And my fiance was out in Arizona too. So I was like, yes, this is going to be great. And with that comes the feeling of, oh crap, now I got to get myself together. I got to get my body together. So spending thousands of dollars on this move across the country. But I thought to myself, like, okay, how are you going to get your fitness on track? Like, you're about to go out there where there's not really a gym. Like, how are you about to make this happen? And so in my mind pops in my friend who has been coaching at that point for like 2.5 years or something. And I knew it I didn't really know what she did. I just knew she kind of posted on social media her workouts and like sweaty selfies. And all I know is she looked bomb, and I wanted to know what she was doing, and I wanted to join her. And I didn't just want to join her, you guys. You have to understand my mindset. So in my mind at this time, number one, I was feeling down on myself for getting to the point that I was. Number two, I didn't believe in myself enough to keep something going, because I was the type of person who would work out in spurts, even in college. If spring break was coming, oh, your girl was in there faithfully for like a month and a half before that spring break so that I could get it together. When summer was coming, midway through April, I was going ham so that by June, it's time. I'm ready. I'm down. Let's go. But all the other little sections in between in the year, like, I was not the person to be consistent with it. So my mindset at this time was not to try something else new. I knew that if I really wanted to, I could go to the gym and kind of work out and get to where I wanted to be. My thing was, I wanted to build a lifestyle. I didn't want to stop. I knew that for my life, I wanted to be that fit mom. I wanted to be still sexy at 60. Like, I want to look good naked. Like, are you kidding me? So I knew if I was going to do something and invest in something, that it needed to be something that, for me, I was going to continue, and something that would have that little extra push for me to continue, because nothing else had. The gym didn't cut it for me. So I didn't just hit her up to join her boot camp. I hit her up to become a coach, because in my mind at that time, it's like, okay, if people are depending on me to work out, and literally they're in my hands, and I have to lead them, and I have to show them, and I don't have a choice, then I'll stick with it. I knew that that would be the case. That was my number one thing for becoming a coach, is to help me save myself, because I knew that I couldn't do it alone. And so that was the number one reason. The number two reason was the money. Like, at that point in time, my friend was about to graduate. So she was a year underneath me in pharmacy school. So I knew she was about to graduate, and I knew that she had no intentions of becoming a pharmacist. I mean, she was a pharmacist, but she had no intentions of working as a pharmacist at that point in time, because, the opportunity that she had of coaching, she had built it to the point where she was like matching pharmacist salary. So in my head, meanwhile, swimming in debt over here. Like, I just felt like there were chains on me, and I'm like, okay, she's about to graduate and she's not even about to work in a pharmacy. Like, if it takes me 10 years, I don't care. I need that lifestyle, because who doesn't want to get paid literally to wake up and work out and help other people have the same lifestyle? Like, that sounds like a dream job to me. So I was like, okay, that's another reason why I need to do this. And number three, I just believed so much in the mission, and it was just like crazy, because it was something that I could get passionate about. Not a lot of things make me passionate. Not a lot of things make me feel like I have purpose. I always had that like thing in the back of my head, like, God, why am I here? Like, for real, like, I know I'm doing this pharmacy thing, but like, it's not really that fun. Like, I just know about all these drugs, which I kind of have some iffy things about anyways, on if they're really helping people or if they're just keeping people in the hospitals. Like, I had a lot of things going on in my head, you guys, about my own profession. So just to see what the mission of the company was, which, if you don't know, the mission of Beachbody is to stop and completely like annihilate the trend of obesity in America and in the whole entire world, really, because we've gone past America now. So for me as a pharmacist, that really like touched heartstrings for me, because I know the body and I know how you end up with these chronic diseases and things that people live with. And it's so insane to me that they're completely preventable, and yet you're taking pills every single day. Like, my goal is not to put you on these pills. My goal is to help you stay away from that, because so many of us have, family members, grandparents, aunts, uncles who have these chronic diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart issues. You guys, 100% stem from the lifestyle that they led up until that point. And it's completely preventable. So for me, hearing that, like, end the trend of obesity, I was like, yes, hallelujah, let's do this. I'm in. Like, let me help you accomplish that mission in any way that I can. I can provide my gifts to people. So that was like the last thing that just sent me over, where I was like, oh yeah, this is for me. I gotta try this. At least I gotta try it. So she told me, okay, like, if you really want to try this out, get a challenge pack. And I'm going to go dive into everything about what a challenge pack is, what you get in a challenge pack, how this is the total package, the total solution for you, like it was for me. And I will go over that with you guys. But just know, at that point in time, when she told me to join an actual boot camp, I was like, okay, I guess it's time to kind of learn what in the world you do as a coach. And so I was like, okay, what is it? How much is it? She's like, it's like $160 just to start with everything that you need. At that point in time, you guys, they were DVDs. So I was buying like one program in DVD format. I was trying Shakeology for the first time. Didn't know anything about it, what was in it, if it was going to taste good. I'm not even really like a shake person. I actually had a huge stigma where I thought it was about to be like a protein powder, which I, at that point in time, absolutely hated protein powders. I had tried like 2 of them, and I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life. And I really just prayed that the Shakeology wasn't like that. Thank God it wasn't. But those were the type of things running through my head. And then on top of that, I just made a move from across the country. I spent all of my money and I was just like, okay, like this better be worth it. Like what all am I getting for this? For you guys, it's completely different now because you have access to all the programs, which is freaking incredible and such an amazing value. But at that point in time for me, of course, the money was going into that too. But in my mind, I just knew I couldn't continue on just like forcing myself to like go through the motions of the day and the job. And I was running out of energy, and I just knew that I needed to make a change, and I knew that I wanted it, and I knew that I was willing to invest in myself and invest in my body and invest in my health just so that I could go out and complete my purpose and find my purpose that God had for me. And I was also just excited to start something that would give me the community aspect and give me other people in the world who like wanted what I wanted, who didn't just want to go through the motions, because you're surrounded by a lot of times by people who aren't necessarily wanting to better themselves, wanting to get fit, wanting to, you know, or they'll talk about wanting it, but they won't do anything about it. So I was just excited to join this team and kind of join coaching and just seeing what was out there for me. So basically, you guys, that was where it all started for me. And coaching has been absolutely nothing but the biggest blessing and literally the best decision I have made, period, in my life, right after saying yes to my fiance, of course. But literally, you guys, I can't imagine what I would be doing if I was not doing this. I'm so passionate about it. It wasn't like that in the very beginning. I didn't know what I was doing. But as time went on, it literally made me come into who I am. It made me realize what I'm here to do. God gave me vision. He gave me confirmation about this being one of my purposes of being here in this life. It's just to help people take care of their temples, you guys. They're so important. He gave them to us for a reason. And I have built this passion to help people live their best life, you guys, in all aspects, starting up here and then showing on the outside. It just radiates. You can see it. It's a difference. And I am completely different from starting to do this. So I'm just so excited. I hope that kind of gave you guys, I guess, a kind of sense of who I am, why I do what I do, why I'm so passionate about it. And hopefully it makes you excited to kind of learn more about what in the world my boot camp is, what we do, and why you should definitely be here. All right, you guys. Watch the next video, continue down through this email, and then make the decision for yourself.